East Hamilton head football coach Aaron Nance joining us on the program. And Coach Nance, how are we doing tonight? Thanks for calling in.
Hey, man, I'm doing well. Appreciate you guys having me on.
Absolutely. So pretty good start to the season for you and your team. 5-0 start, 1-0 in the region. So I guess just an overall, assessment or thoughts on your team's first 5 games in the year. You know, you've had a couple of good non-region tests and getting ready for a big one coming up on Friday night in region at Ray County.
Yeah, I mean, we've started the year off the way we wanted to. Biggest thing for us has just been getting better each week. I feel like we've been able to do that. Offensively, we've really put an emphasis this year on being able to push the ball down the field, something we could not do well last year, and we've been working on that. And our quarterback's Mason White-Miller has made some throws downfield for us. You know, defensively, we got our big tests coming up and getting into the meat of region play here with Ray County obviously coming up this Friday night. We're going to play some physical football teams that got some big linemen that play tough football. They're going to run the ball right at you. So our guys know that that's a big challenge coming up. And, you know, we've seen some of that throughout this year with Meigs County and Signal Mountain and Lenoir City last week. So we just got to continue to build on that and understand that there's some really tough football games coming up for us down the stretch here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, and like you said, you guys are wanting, push the ball and just, keep things going. Obviously, you mentioned your quarterback, Wyatt Miller, but obviously a guy that we've talked about ever since he was a freshman. That's Jaden Haywood, still doing what he's done ever since, he broke onto the scene, his freshman year. Talk about his progression and how he's just, I don't know how he can get better, but he definitely has gotten better and has been more of a leader for your team. Just kind of talk about his progression and his leadership for your football team, if you can.
I mean, the first thing that pops out to me is he's playing better defense right now for us. Got, I think, 3 interceptions on the year. One of them was returned for a touchdown at Chat Central, but he's really locked in on that side of the football. He's actually committed right now to ETSU to play defensive back up there. But he's dynamic on offense, as you see. He scores touchdowns. He's got it. We just try to get him the ball in space. He does a good job out there when he gets the ball in the open field. He can make guys miss. He's elusive. And our guys are doing a good job around him as well. Like, we've got some other weapons in the offense this year that we can spread the ball around to where people can't just key in on him as well. So, and with him being such a dynamic athlete, it opens things up for other guys on the field as well. So, he's glad he's on our team. He's a good kid, good player. I'm just, like I said, I'm glad he's on our team. He can really make some football plays and go score. I think he's got 18 touchdowns on the year so far. He's scoring different ways. Like I said, on defense, he's gotten an interception return for a touchdown. He returned a kickoff for a touchdown last week. Receiving touchdowns, he's developed that part of his game as far as catching the ball out of the backfield. So just trying to develop different parts of his game throughout his career, and as he's gotten older, it's been cool to see.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, it sounds like a Swiss Army knife style kind of player. He can do a little bit of everything. He has a lot of tools in his tool belt for sure. So, and just, talk about, I know this game at Ray County is on the road, but you've had 3 games on your new turf field, somewhat new facility, but let's just call it just a new playing surface there. How's that transition been, going from grass to turf? And what are you doing now with all the free time without having to line the field and cut the grass?
Yeah, I mean, it's really been awesome. We're loving the new turf. AstroTurf is the company that built it, did a great job. I mean, just like today, it rained really, really hard here at East Hamilton High School this morning. And I told our coaches last year this probably would have been a gym practice day because the practice field would have just been soaked with mud, and we wouldn't want our kids out there risking injury on a wet, muddy practice field. But today, it rained this morning and then didn't rain this afternoon. We walk out there, and on that turf field, it's like you would have never known it ever rained. So, we haven't had to move near as many practices indoors to a gym this year that we had to do in the past. So those little things right there that you start realizing and noticing throughout the season plays a big impact in your team and allows your kids more opportunities to get outside and practice football and not risk ruining a field or ruining a pair of cleats on the kids. So, we're really thankful to have it. It's been fun. It's a good surface, and our kids are really excited for it too.
So what you're saying probably is the players don't like it as much as the coaches because there's more practices going on, right?
I don't know about that. Our kids do not like moving practice to the gym. They do not like that. So, you can't throw the ball much in the gym, so you got all those receivers inside, and all you're doing is inside run, and you're running the football, and they're having to go block. You're like, hey, man, we can go outside and throw the ball. So, linemen don't matter too much to them, but the skill kids, they don't like going in that gym, I'll tell you that.
Well, Coach, you mentioned physicality coming up with your schedule, especially with the region games. I mean, has that been your main talking point so far this week of practice, or what has been that one thing that you're concentrating on?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been an emphasis this week, but really it's what we talk about year round with our kids in the off season in the weight room. Building that mental toughness, getting your body prepared for what challenge lies ahead with the style of play and the type of players that the teams in our region have. When you look at Ray County and McMinn, Lenoir City, Walker Valley, everybody's got big linemen in this league. And you've got, like I said before the season started at our region media days, I mean, you got to have linemen and you got to play well on both sides of the line of scrimmage in this region to win football games. So, our kids know the challenge that's coming up, and we're preparing for it the best we can. And it helps having this be our third year playing in this 5A region with these similar teams. So our kids, a lot of our older kids have been around for a while and understand what's coming. So, Ray County's a really good football team. They've gotten better on the offensive line this year from last year. Coach Harvey does a good job. They're coached up really well. And it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a good game, good atmosphere up there at Ray County, and we're really looking forward to the challenge.
So I guess you kind of answered my last question there. What are a couple things you have to do to keep the winning streak going? So I guess it all starts with stopping the run up front, correct?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, that running back they have, that Mason Ford, number 5, is one of the best running backs I've seen in the Chattanooga area in a while as far as just running north-south runner, gets behind his pads. You don't need much of a hole. He'll find it, and he'll hit it 100 miles an hour. And, watching him all weekend on the film and all week long to this point, we talked to the kids today, like, you gotta bring your feet and bring your hips when you hit this kid and try to tackle him, because there ain't many times he don't fall forward when people make contact and tackle him. He'll turn a 4-yard run into 7 yards just like before you can blink an eye. He's fallen forward and drove his feet an extra couple yards. So, we've got to rally tackle this guy. He's good, and they got some receivers out there with some length, and that number 2, that the slot receiver they have, that he's a dynamic player as well. So they got some good athletes up there and good linemen, and they're playing really good football right now.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Coach, thanks again for taking the time to join us tonight. Good luck this coming Friday night against Ray County and the rest of the way, and I'm sure we'll see you down the road at some point for sure.